Loans are becoming harder to get. The average used vehicle has an interest rate of up to 12% or higher, and the average brand new vehicle loses 60% of its value after only 5 short years, meaning you're gonna have to stomach a 1% vehicle depreciation every single month for the first 5 years you buy something new, or you're gonna pay a lot of interest if you buy something used. It really feels like you can't win right now in the car market. And if you haven't noticed already, on this lot, everything for sale is a truck. And it's basically the newest generation, the newest model year. There's a bunch of work trucks over here. There is one car, though, one sedan, a Ford Taurus. But otherwise, there's not a single other car here. Everything that you buy that's for sale is gonna be a more expensive vehicle, because I think there's a lot more profit margin to be made on expensive used vehicles rather than less expensive used vehicles that more people, a larger percent of people, could buy and afford. But overall, the point of this video today is to show you guys what used car dealerships in this town of about 50,000 people look like, so that you guys can see exactly what deals can be found, what kind of inventories there are, and how transparent are the different dealers and how they individually operate and conduct their business. Are they showing you the specs, the window sticker, the pricing, anything that you might want to see as a potential buyer? Or are they keeping it vague and where you have to talk to a person or check out the website? And does their website even show you all the information you're looking for? So pay attention to those things, but also pay attention to just in general how busy the different lots look. I'll be honest, I'm really digging this Power Wagon. It has the 6.4 liter Hemi, but these are a little bit detuned compared to all the other Dodge products and Jeep products that this engine came with. But it doesn't show us any specs. It's a 2021, but that's about all I know. But holy cow, does that look like a nice heavy-duty gasser. Overall, I'm pretty disappointed that there isn't more transparency here, so I'm gonna head to the next lot. But I'm really not surprised that there's so many trucks here. When in total vehicle sales every year, there's usually about 50 million vehicle transactions in the United States, and about 15 million of those are new. About 12 million are trucks and light-duty SUVs, and the other 3 million are cars, because cars are kind of being phased out, I think because their profit margins aren't as good. I'm at the next dealership now, and you can see that these also have the year listed on the windshield, but there's not really much more to learn about the vehicles. Most of them just have the as is, no warranty sticker, shows the VIN number, the year, the make, the model, but not the trim level. So there's still not a lot of transparency, and I'd like to know more details than that. I'd like to be able to just walk around and quickly decide if something might be interesting, or might be interesting enough to actually check it out and to talk to someone, or if it's just gonna be a waste of your time and not worth it, like if you know that it's 10 grand marked up. Vehicle prices in the used market jumped up about 40% during COVID. They've come down a little bit since then, but they're still obnoxiously high. The average vehicle on the used market these days is still over $25,000, closer to $30,000, just kind of depending on who did the study, what vehicles did they include, and during what time period. But I'm really disappointed that there's no information on this lot for how this different company is doing their business. But at least they have some cars. They have an Impreza. They have a variety, a Sienna minivan, a bunch of sedans over here, some Kias and a Ford Fusion and a Nissan and a Chrysler 300, but still no pricing, no real information. Oh, but here's the Ford Flex, and all that we know about it is it's a 2019 and it's a special price. Kind of a nice foreigner. Let's check it out, see if there's anything interesting about this one. It's an SR5. No heated seats, so it's not a premium. It's just the cheapest one you can buy. New, they can actually be found for as low as about 38 or 39 at some dealers that do discount. Other dealerships that do markup, maybe $45,000 for that base model. Oh, but what do we have here? We have a second vehicle that has the pricing, but in trade-off for the pricing, you don't get to know the year of this. I'm at the next dealer lot, and this actually seems to be the same company but a different branch than the first one. But you can see they actually have quite a bit of leftover empty space, but also, you know, maybe half their lot is filled, leaving such a wide driveway. But looky here, this is pretty interesting. They actually have the pricing and the different specs on the vehicles at this lot. But what I find is interesting is this must be where they're keeping their cars, so maybe they're differentiating between a car lot and a truck lot. Have you guys seen anything like that in your own areas? Comment below for those of you who do shop around at the used car lots. But let's see how pricing is. 2023 Honda Civic, 23 grand. That seems pretty reasonable, not knowing the spec. Sport is probably on the lower trim level. Or this Malibu, 20 grand for a 2021 model year. So it still should have some warranty with only 25,000 miles on the clock. So some of these prices actually seem pretty good. And the transparency I do really appreciate, especially because it's right on the front. And from even maybe this far away, I can personally still see the price tag. I just can't see the other information. So I do think that they're doing a little bit better of a job. But let's see what this 06 LS2 Corvette is valued at. 18 grand. It's an automatic, so there's a trade-off there for this 06 Corvette. 80,000 miles though, so pretty stout 400 horsepower powertrain. So this branch of this dealership is actually the best one that I've seen so far on today's driving around, being in town and seeing what there is to offer. What do you guys think of all this though? Comment below. And since we know that the average new car is just under $30,000 for the used market, most of these vehicles, even this 2017 Charger, fortunately it's a V6, but these are all basically in line with that. Some of them are even about half the value, like this old tiny little Ford Fiesta. Definitely not the safest car. Volkswagen GTI, that's a vehicle loved all over the globe with how big of a company Volkswagen is. But most of these are affordable by most people. I'm curious to see how much this Prius is on the end. Not too bad. But then this Mitsubishi Mirage, I did a pretty funny video of this, a review a while back. And a lot of people in the comments told me that they bought theirs brand new back in 2017, 2018 for about that price before COVID, before prices jumped up. And when you're buying a vehicle, if you're going to be wise about it and use no more than 10% of your household income, think about it this way: the average or the median, depending on the surveyor, household income in the United States currently is about $75,000 gross at the top end. So after a quarter that goes to taxes, you net about 56 grand. Divide that by 12 months and then times that by 0.1 for the 10% that you're safely, in most cases, able to use. And you have less than $470 to use on a used vehicle. So $470 minus maybe 70 bucks for interest, minus maybe the average 100 to 150 for gas, and you're really only left with about $300 a month that you could put into a car loan with this basic information. So that's gonna be pretty tight. That is gonna be more of the cars over here in the $10,000 to $18,000 ballpark for most people. And that's assuming that you only have one vehicle loan in your whole household. But these guys still do have some of their pretty nice vehicles up front, even though then there's the more affordable vehicles in the rest of the lot. I would think that they might consider having the more affordable ones up front. That might get a little bit more attention, a little bit bigger audience for those shopping in the used market. 21 Jeep Rubicon 4-door, $45,000. What do you guys think of that? The way it's spec'd with 33,000 miles and the 3.6 liter Pentastar. You guys think that's a good deal? I'm about to head to the next dealership, but you need to keep in mind all these vehicles that are 2019 or older, they're out of their powertrain warranty just because of aging out, even if their miles are low. So you do have to consider, is the price worth it to know that you don't have the assurance or the insurance basically of what a powertrain warranty provides you? If one of these vehicles that you buy and it's already at the top of your budget and the engine goes out, that's gonna be on you unless you have some other sort of plan. I'm at the next lot as I make my way through this town, and this one actually seems to be owned by the same group that owned the second one I came to. So you can see still year on the windscreen, the windshield, no stickers on any of the windows. Actually, there is one. It's hard to see with how darkly tinted this Ranger is. Honestly, I can't even see through there, so we're gonna go find the next one though. That's not helpful. Why didn't they just put that on a different window or have it on the bottom of the windshield? All right, here's one on the Silverado. It's not tinted illegally dark, and all it tells us is basically the same thing as before, as is no warranty. So right off the bat, I'm a little bit disappointed. I do see a sticker though on this Nissan 2018, so it's out of warranty in the year 2024. As is no warranty, no extra information. So at least they do have cars. You just have to maybe search around. But you'll still notice that most of these are higher end, newer vehicles, still below the average new car for the most part. I mean, there are some trucks and bigger vehicles and newer vehicles, but most of these seem to be about 3 to 10 years old rather than 1 to 2 years old, which seriously, who's buying vehicles and then trading them in the next year? What reason do you think people have for that? Comment your thoughts and opinions below. Here's another little Ford, another little Fiesta. Yeah, nothing on the sticker though. Anyways, guys, I'm a little bit disappointed, and that's because my expectations are maybe a little bit too high, or at least what I think people should do if they're gonna give you good business. I've been to other dealerships that have the rear window visor sticker that show not only how much they're gonna take off, sometimes a couple $1,000s even on brand new 2024 stuff, but also what APR they can try to get you to show you, you know, kind of the combo deal of why it's worth your time. They also make it easy to drive through. So although this lot is a little bit easier to drive through, there's no information up front. You have to get out of your car to be disappointed that the side window sticker shows you nothing. Ultimately, I know everyone needs to stay in business and a lot of people are out to make a buck, but there's no information, no transparency here, and I'm pretty disappointed in that. I'd expect there to be more conscientiousness in going into how to conduct business, how to make it easy on your customers, how to make them feel like they're getting shown all the facts and they can make an intelligent decision on their own. They're not just gonna wander around, fall in love with the vehicle, and then find out that it's potentially drastically overpriced, or whatever your interest rates are gonna be, that's where they're gonna make all their money, by charging you 12, 13, 14% on a vehicle that's just depreciating and is already overvalued to begin with. I think I'm gonna go to one more dealership. Maybe I'll go to a used one to wrap this video up, and one that I haven't actually been to before, and we'll see what their business practices are like. But this is kind of an adventure for you and I as you watch this and I experience it. I really wasn't finding what I was hoping to see today. All right, guys, I'm finishing up at actually a new dealership now, the Honda dealership, and as you can see, the lot is pretty bare. There's really not a lot going on here. But what I do appreciate is that by the manufacturer, you have to have a window sticker. So even if the dealer's saying, come see us inside to learn more, at least you get the Monroney sticker. And you can see 32,000 bucks for a 2024. Not too bad. Or let's check out this HRV, which is the baby brother, the baby sibling to the CRV. $29,000, the way that this all-wheel drive sport is spec'd. So I do really appreciate Monroney stickers. I just wish there was more information, like instead of saying available soon, see store for details, I wish they would actually show us the details. It takes the same amount of effort that it takes to write that on the label. This is seriously such an empty lot for Honda. If you guys know what's going on, are Honda dealers in your area this low on actual Honda inventory? Or is it just my area that I'm in today? And all their vehicles by the main road, half of them or more aren't even Hondas. And the ones that are brand new Hondas, they look disgusting. This one looks like it maybe just came off the shipping container, so I get that. But what about this one? Can you guys see that? No one's gonna wanna potentially spend 40 grand on a new vehicle, hop inside, go for a test drive after having to turn on their wipers for 2 minutes to clear out that gunk. And especially when there aren't very many vehicles out here, you think it'd be easier for the staff to keep them clean and to present them well, to be ready for when you arrive to show you the cream of the crop. But even this used Nissan Sentra, which is the cheapest car in America, they won't even tell you the price. And it's used, it's out of warranty, 20,000 miles, but it's 5 years old now. So they won't even tell you what the price of this vehicle was, which brand new cost anywhere from about $14,000 to $19,000. This is pretty interesting. This Accord is a 2024. It's February as I record this, and it's already a certified pre-owned, $35,000. I'd expect there to be at least 10% knocked off because that's what vehicles lose their value for. And when you sell a vehicle back to the dealership, they count it as fair condition, but when they sell it to you, they count it as excellent condition. But seriously, who drove this one 924 miles before bringing it back? Ultimately, maybe the vehicle had a problem, maybe it didn't and the buyer wasn't very informed, or maybe it's a trick the dealership's doing. Some of you guys have had that thought, like it could be kind of like the Wells Fargo issue where they opened up fake bank accounts a few years ago. Maybe they're buying them and then selling them so that they're basically brand new but used, because then it can get a little bit dicier on how much they're asking for their vehicles. As in, maybe it's easier to overvalue a used vehicle than to actually have to say that, yeah, it's markup off of the Monroney sticker. Anyways, guys, I'm basically just a little bit disappointed that there wasn't more transparency in the bigger used car dealerships that I went to today. 1 out of 4 was transparent. The other 3 were not. And then I'm not sure what's going on at this new Honda dealership. But I'm not trying to make these videos to be overly entertaining. I'm just making them to show you reality. And this is a town not too far from me, so I figured I'd visit it today and show you the reality of what used vehicles look like here today. If you guys like this video, if you got anything out of it, please like the video. That act of kindness really goes a long way. And subscribe if you haven't already. Usually, I do car reviews. Sometimes I do other things related to traveling or how vehicles do on trips or how dealerships operate. And so I thought that this could be an interesting video today to visit some used car dealerships. And comment your thoughts and opinions below. Comment local to where you are if you don't mind sharing that information. And then what are new and used car dealerships practices? How are they treating their customers? What has your overall experience been? Or those of the people you know, care about, and love? How are they being treated in the car buying process? Anyways, guys, I wish you the best. I hope you take care. And until next time, see ya.